Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are doing well. Today is going to be a makeup review on an OG product. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation. So let's just go over the claims of this foundation. First, it locks in moisture, has a medium coverage with natural finish, and is super blendable. Next, we have a wide skin tone range. It now includes a pump and is alcohol and fragrance free, and it retails for $13.99 on Ulta.com. Now this is how the bottle looks. I got the shade 6.5, and honestly you guys, I'm over it. I'm so over it. The shade is way too light. But what's crazy is my shade that I used to use before this is 7, but I feel like 7 was just a little bit too dark. But now this is just a little bit too light. So I'm like, what the freaks? But yeah. Starting off with priming my face, I'm just going to be using a simple poreless primer. This has more of a silicone base. This doesn't really keep the foundation on. So that's why I'm testing it out with this primer. This is just something for underneath my skin, you know? So let's talk about texture. So the texture with this, it was a little bit liquidy. The old formula is liquidy. Now, let me just say that they said that they just put a pump on this packaging. Like, they just changed the packaging and yada yada yada. But I swear the formula inside is not the same. And I've used True Match for forever, you know? And I can definitely tell that this just is not the same. And I know it's not the same because I went to go try and blend it out with my beauty blender. And I was like, I already knew right off the bat that I was not gonna like it with a beauty blender, and I usually blend out my True Match with my beauty blender, so it was kind of crazy. I ended up switching to a brush, which I like a million times more. But yeah, it wasn't that bad. And you see the color now, but it did oxidize just a little bit, and by the end of it, it doesn't look bad at all. But I would definitely have to give another shade a shot. And I feel like they might have changed the shade range a little bit too, because I bought a 0.5 W and my normal shade is a 7. So the fact that I only went 1 down and I have such a huge difference, maybe it's just a huge shade difference, but I feel like I'm gonna have to go back to my regular shade, even though that shade is a little bit too dark for me. It's like 7 is a little bit too dark and 6.5 is a little bit too light. But you know me, I don't mind mixing foundations. All of my tutorials, I pretty much mix 2 foundations all the time, so I personally don't mind it. But if you're like my skin tone, you may have a little bit of trouble trying to find your perfect match. I'm gonna have to look back on the website to see how many shades actually fall in between, because that's crazy. But yeah, so back to the foundation. Yeah, I feel like the formula has changed. I don't know if it's just me. I don't hate it, by all means. I do not hate it. I have to give it another shot. I have to give it some more tries, and then we'll see. This shade, I'm definitely going to have to get a new shade for the summer and like springtime, because this winter shade is not even wintering, and it's way too light. So I'm definitely going to have to get a new shade. But yeah, you guys, I do like it. It has more of a powderier finish, which could be a good thing, especially if you have more oilier skin. But if you were a dry skin girly and you love this foundation for how hydrating it was, you're probably not going to be experiencing that so much. I don't think it'd be super duper drying, and it doesn't cling to dry patches at all, but it's just obviously about that feeling. It was pretty lightweight. It didn't feel very heavy, which is great. I don't know. I like the old formula. I don't know why they had to change it up, you know? I feel like if you want to change a new formula, just come up with a whole new foundation. Why switch up one of the OGs for, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing. But yeah, as far as the claims, yeah, I do agree with them. It locks in moisture, definitely, because I feel like it dries to a powdery finish, so anything that you put underneath would really help. So you also have to think about how you prep your skin as well. If you are using this foundation, you may want to use a little bit of a heavier moisturizer to get that real skin finish. As far as it being a natural finish, I want to say it's a natural finish, but I feel like this foundation could get cakey. Even though it is very thin and very liquidy, the way that it dries down, if you were to layer on top of layer on top of layer and they're all drying down at different times, you know, it could start to look cakey. And last claim I believe there is medium coverage. I do agree with the medium coverage. What is it called? Jeez. Well, anyways, I do agree that it is medium coverage. I don't think that it's full coverage at all. And honestly, I wouldn't build it up to be full coverage. When I use L'Oreal True Match, I'm using it to simply even out my skin tone, not actually cover. If I wanted something to actually cover, I'll use a more thicker, more pigmented foundation. There's no point of layering this foundation when I know it's not gonna look good in the end. But yeah, this is the rest of my makeup, you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this review. Comment down below what you guys would like to see next. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Also, by the way, I'm so sorry if you could hear it's raining outside. I live in Texas. It's very bipolar weather. It's raining outside and my dogs are barking. They're going crazy, so I'm so sorry if the voiceover wasn't up to par or it sounds a little bit rushed, because the rest of the world is like in havoc right now outside. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Turn me inside out, make my heart beat. Need no one else, you're all I need. Personality, everything